Have you ever gotten into a situation and you try to get out of it with all your might, but like quicksand, you would sink much deeper into it? This happened to me, and I know it's not the best feeling at all. But I found excessively struggling just leads to more pain, more struggle, more setbacks, and more failure. We're going to talk about this and how to not let this happen anymore. This is the Money Marketing Morning Show. My name is Avedon Smith, and welcome to the show. All right, before we get on, we're gonna make sure y'all share this throughout the video. But can we get some waves in the chat? Come on, let's get some waves in the chat, everybody. I know it's Monday morning. Good morning, brother Matt. How you doing, brother? Let's get some actual waves in the chat. How is everybody doing this morning? To those of you who have off today, congratulations. To those of you who don't, I'm happy for you as well. But let's get some waves in the chat. Come on. All right. We see Matt. Wait. This don't tell me this mouse is conking out on me now. There we go. I couldn't find my mouse. Doing good. You off today? You see, Matt. Matt is happy that he's off today. He says, I get to lay back. I don't gotta take no calls today. I appreciate you, man. But today is going to be a light episode, but we're going to talk about something a little heavy, but it's a light episode. So I hope you all here and going to just take some time to enjoy it. Let's actually get that banner off, though. We'll need that up for the whole chat. All right. So let's talk about this. Struggle expedites failure. Now that may seem a little different. You're like wondering how, especially if you feel like you're already struggling, how is it that this is going to quicken me to fail even more? I'm going to give you some examples. And I'm going to explain what those examples all have one thing in common. When you see somebody sinking in quicksand, what's the first thing you tell them not to do? You tell them not to struggle, right? You tell the person who is sinking in quicksand to don't try to fight too hard against it. Why? They're going to sink even faster. When you see somebody caught up in a riptide current in the ocean, you don't tell that person to struggle to get out of that. You tell that person to flow with it, right? Because if they struggle, they're going to sink faster. When you see any type of animal in a trap, the more they struggle, the deeper they go into the trap. That's the nature. We see a mouse trap. The more the mouse struggles, the deeper they get into the trap. When you see a fly going through a fly trap, the deeper they struggle to get out, they get stuck even more. When you see animals like flies and things on a spider web, the more they struggle to get out, the worse it gets, right? This all sums up the law of energy conservation. The law of energy conservation is basically if you expel energy in one area, you're not going to have enough energy to put it in another area. So most people, when they are experiencing struggle and they are excessively struggling, the law of conservation is actually working against them because there's more energy being put into escaping rather than flowing. Am I making sense? Do I still have y'all with me with this? There's more energy placed in trying to escape than trying to flow with the situation. Because when you're excessively just trying to get out, sometimes this creates so many other problems, which you're actually going to get to. These are our next 2 points that you don't know how to deal with, and it makes even the problem even more. Let me show you what this problem creates. This problem creates your emotional wellness. Like this starts wearing down because what happens when you are trying to get out of something, you're excessively struggling, but you don't see the results. Your mental and your emotional health starts to wear down on you. And you start to feel overwhelmed. You start to feel like, am I going to get out of this? And adding that to the situation makes everything all the worse. Do I still have y'all with me? Because y'all quiet in the chat today. So That's why when it comes to true emotional wellness, but excuse me, that's why it comes to struggling, you need to make sure that your emotional wellness is actually on a very healthy strand. Because point two, again, if you reverse point two and you are actually clear in your thinking emotionally, you're not going to go in a direction of I need to escape. You're going to find how you can flow out of the situation. Next point being, we're often blinded we're often blinded by obvious situations. Excuse me, I was misspeaking. We're often blinded by obvious scenarios, and obvious solutions around us. Sometimes when we want to escape, we just want to go out this door right here, the door that we're used to. And in my eyes, from what I've seen and what I found, yeah, I can correct me if I'm wrong. What I found, going out the door that you trying to go out this one door that you're trying to have a struggle to go out of, almost never works. And if you manage to escape the going throughout that door, you actually cause more injury to yourself. Meanwhile, this is my track record of my life. There's always an easier solution. 9 times out of 10, we don't want to take the easier solution because we think it's A, cheating, B, it's wrong, and C, we feel like it wasn't the corrected path that we were supposed to go out of in the first place. And pretty much that sums it up back to point one. Point one, you need to conserve your energy. I'm gonna break this down and just really help you out with point number one. Point two and three are extensions of point one. But when you really understand your energy levels, energy can't be created or destroyed. You really just have energy allotted for the day, right? And if you're trying to focus all of your energy on escaping, you may miss everything else around you. What I would recommend, instead of struggling, try putting more energy in assessing. Try put more energy in processing. When we are focusing on processing and assessing the situation, then solutions start to come. When we are struggling in the situation, you can't assess and struggle at the same time. So you need to take the time to, all right, let me take a step back. And assessing may mean for a moment, I'm not going to do anything. Assessing for a moment may mean that I'm going to take a step back and I'm not going to overly put too much energy into this right now. And I'm going to take the time to mentally process my surroundings. I'm going to take the time to mentally process my options. See, doing that requires energy. And when you take the time to learn how to do that, trust me, the struggle game and the struggle bus isn't what you're going to be made to do. So I told you y'all this will be a short one today because explaining the law of energy conservation, I had to concise it, and I was wondering how can I concise this without going too much into my head. And y'all gotta bear with me. I'm still trying to learn how to speak better and speak concise without feeling like I'm shortchanging you all. I don't want to shortchange you all, but the biggest thing on my mind is if I start speaking, I can go down a rabbit hole. And if I go down a rabbit hole, yeah, I see it in real time already. I can drive away from the topic. So this is me learning in real time. Don't get too far from the topic. But any questions? Matt was here saying, yep, we tend to do things the hard way. And that's unfortunate because we don't have to do things the hard way. We really don't. It doesn't have to be a struggle to go from point A to point B. We don't utilize resources available at times to help us. We really do not. Yo, bruh. Don't do that to me, bruh. Don't do that to me, bruh. Because listen. Okay, we can go down a small rabbit hole. I think I have enough. Do we have enough time? We have enough time. So here's an example of how the law of energy conservation can work against you. And I'm going to go down this topic. And since Matt's here, I'll use the gym references, right? Let's say you're training, right? And you want to do, yeah, I could use it for this. I was thinking, would it work for this? It would work for this. Let's say you wanted to try out your max weight, say that you want to see if you can max out, right? But you decided that you want to max out at the end of your workout. You already did all of your normal sets, but at the end, you want to see, let me max out a little bit more. What are the chances of you doing that as fluently and as easy as you normally would? What are the chances that your body would flow where you would have went in at peak time, you stretched and everything, your body's at its peak. But after you did all those muscle tear downs, after you did all those reps everywhere else, where do you think you're going to get the strength to go ahead and do the max out at that point? You won't. You won't have the ability to. Am I wrong, Matt? You normally won't have the energy to do so because you expanded the energy. You said, nope, do some warm-ups, then do the max workouts. Exactly. You gotta flip it. That's what I was waiting for. You have to flip it. Matt is a coach, y'all. That's why I had to, defer to him to make sure. But you have to flip it. So what you would do is you will actually do your warm-ups, start out with your max outs, and then work your way backwards. Now, let's put this back to the point of the conversation. Imagine, put that for your business. If you find an area that you're struggling in, you might have to work backwards from the situation. Oftentimes, we don't think to work backwards. We think going straight, because going backwards, here's the thing. Walking backwards, we can all agree, is an unnatural thing, right? It's not natural to walk backwards. We could agree, right? We could agree. So walking backwards in whatever you're in is not going to feel natural. It's not going to feel intuitive. Trust me, I know. But walking backwards oftentimes is going to be what frees you from the struggle, because you're not going in the same direction that you were struggling anymore. And by not going in that same direction, you free yourself. So I just wanted to give y'all something quick today. We got how many more days to tomorrow is day 80. This is day 79, y'all. I had to double check. This is day 79. Tomorrow's day 80. Tomorrow we're gonna this is setting us up for the rest of the week, actually. Tomorrow we're gonna talk a little bit about this, which is why I'm not trying to give too much out, because I wanted to start theming out the weeks for you all. So this week is going to touch a lot on struggle and things of that nature, and how to really work against it, how to really actually have solutions and things of that nature. So we're going to start identifying solutions and everything, and how you can help with that. We identify the problem with the problem being struggling, but tomorrow we're going to need to go ahead and talk more about the solutions. Because like I said, we're doing 90 days of this, 365 days of this. So because we're doing 365 days of this, we're going to start theming out the weeks. So this way, when you all come back, you all have something to watch and something that you all enjoy. So that being said, I appreciate you, Matt. Thank you. Matt and Anthony. Woo! Woo, child. Anthony, appreciate you, man. Matt, appreciate you, man. All right. With that being said, we are in our Q&A time. Q&A. Y'all can ask pretty much anything at this point. I will give y'all the floor. Let's see how much time we got. We got about 5 minutes. So I'll give y'all enough time for Q&A. We could talk. We could talk what's needed. Let me just check the messages on each one. All right. Any comments at all? Appreciate you, Anthony, though, for hitting the love button on the video. Any questions at all at the end? We are here at the Q&A section, so I want to give y'all some time. Listen, y'all, the Q&A time, this is the time that we get to talk. Matter of fact, How are you, bro? How are you live on YouTube and Facebook? So I am doing really good, brother. And I'm live on YouTube and Facebook by the use of this program called StreamYards, this website called StreamYards. StreamYards is not sponsoring me yet. And this is a great way to basically multi-stream. So I'm actually live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook all at once. Yes, I still say Twitter. Yeah, you're not gonna. I'm not calling it X. No, listen. The only X I acknowledge is Earl Simmons. There, I said it. The only X I acknowledge is Earl Simmons. And I'm gonna keep saying that. That's gonna be my tweet for the day. The only X I acknowledge is Earl Simmons. Usable via MacBook? Yes, it is. It is by website. So you go to StreamYard.com. So let's go ahead and see. But appreciate y'all coming out. Y'all came out and showed some love today. I appreciate y'all so much. I know today is a holiday for some of y'all, so some people are probably sleeping in. But we do our job. You know what I'm saying? We do our job. We come in and we do what we need to do every single day. So facts. Earl Simmons is the only X to subscribe to also, but I still use Twitter. See, my dude here knows what it is. So all right, I'm gonna go ready to get on out of here. It is 8:52, and it is almost time for me to get ready for work. So I appreciate you all for coming out. As always, thank you all for taking the time to speak with me. And yeah, we're gonna close it out. So if you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and most of all, Anthony said I might use StreamYard when I go live working on music. You shown me the way, bro. Do what you gotta do. And most of all, you make sure you share this with a friend. This is Avedon, and we are out. Peace, y'all.